This is Tim Rogers with Dodgers 2080. I'm trying something new. I'm going to try my first reaction video, and I'm going to react to a video that Ken Rosenthal made in his Fair Territory podcast about a couple weeks ago. It was before Emmett Sheehan was brought up and before Nick Frasso started to struggle a little bit. But it's worth looking at. He's going to talk about some of the Dodgers farm system and what they might do with trades and things like that. I mean, Ken Rosenthal is one of the top 5 baseball insiders breaking stuff and things like rumors and all that good stuff. So let's see what we can get here from Mr. Rosenthal. I'm gonna switch screens here.
And this one today falls into the latter category. Something you might not know about, and something I didn't know about until I was around the Dodgers a couple of times in the last several weeks. And when I was around them, their people, their front office people especially, were really excited about their double-A rotation. Yes, they're double.
So double-A rotation, not triple-A, which has been kind of tattered by injuries and things like that, but the double-A. And you'll see the names, and you'll go, oh, that's why. And you'll see some stats. Don't forget also at high and low A, there's a ton of guys too, but this double-A rotation is elite. And you'll find out more why in a second here with Mr. Rosenthal.
Rotation. We've seen some of their younger pitchers. Bobby Miller on Sunday Night Baseball, brilliant. Michael Grove pitched Saturday. He was pretty good for the Dodgers. Gavin Stone, we've seen him. Ryan Pepio currently injured, but this is their next wave of starting pitching. Well, they have a wave behind that, and
so I did talk about what's come up a little bit with Bobby Miller, and Bobby's been pretty good his last couple starts. It looks like if they could just time out the right time to go out and talk to the man, I think that would help. Gavin Stone, it's been a rough season for him. He was rushed a little bit, and then Ryan Pepio's been injured, but. Let's see what else Mr. Rosenthal has to say about these dudes.
And that wave has implications, obviously, for their future, both for their major league club and, perhaps more intriguingly, for the trade deadline. So I want to show you who these guys are and how they are performing. It's rather amazing what they're doing.
So he's already heading to the trade deadline. So we have needs at the major league level. There's been different injuries that, I think we all would agree that the pitching is light. We need, more starters that can go out there. We already got Kershaw going down a little bit. I mean, hopefully he doesn't miss much. I just put the guy in 15-day IL. That's what I do. But I'm not in charge, and Andrew Friedman has not contacted me, believe it or not. And I'm guessing he hasn't contacted the rest of you either. So, we'll just have fun with this. But yeah, trade deadline's coming up in a month. Kind of exciting. And don't forget, it was July 31st. So it'll be good. We always like the trade deadline. We'll have a lot of content based on that. So let's go take a look at our boys in Double-A, what they've been doing, and let's listen to Mr. Rosenthal some more.
These are the 6 starters that they've used. Nick Frasso, Emmett Sheehan, River Ryan, Landon Knack, Kyle Hurt, and Nick Nastrini. Look at those ERAs. Their rotation ERA in the Southern League is about a 1.5 per 9 innings ahead of the next best rotation ERA. It's astonishing. And people might say, oh, well, the Dodgers, they spend all this money, they get all these...
Here comes, I think, one of the best parts of this video. We lays out a really nice group of 6 excellent starters at the Double-A level. Now to hear about how they've been acquired. This is where it gets really cool, in my opinion. And one of the things that really sums up, he's going to sum up a lot of things that people like myself and Casey Porter and Doug McCain and quite a few others have been saying for years now about how the Dodgers do things. So here we go.
Players. It's not that big a deal. Not that impressive. Well, actually, let's show you how they acquired each of these guys, because it is impressive. what they have done. This is not a situation where they're simply spending in the draft or spending international.
All right. Oops. Let's keep it on there. Pretty impressive. Let's just take a quick look at that. I know it goes kind of fast sometimes. So I wanted you guys just to be able to watch it, take a look at it, and see what is actually going on. Where they got these guys. So Landon Knack, second round 2020. Nick Nastrini, fourth round 2021. San Diego guy. Emmett Sheehan, 2021, sixth round. Kyle Hurt, another San Diego guy. February in a trade for Dylan Floro. He was a 2020 draft choice, I think fifth rounder. River Ryan, 2021 pick from the Padres, and then Nick Frasso, who was, I can't remember what, but he was Blue Jay. So let's listen to what Kenny has to say about how these guys
nationally. Not that you can do that anyway with the restrictions that are on there, or a situation where they're using these really high picks to get where they want to be. They don't get high picks, the Dodgers. They're winning every year, so they're drafting low. And look at this. The first three guys on this list, Landon Knack, Nastrini, and Sheehan, they're draft picks, but the highest pick was Landon Knack, a second rounder. The other two guys, not high picks at all. Then look at the bottom three names on that list, Kyle Hurt, River Ryan, Nick Frasso. Those players essentially came in minor trades. Hurt for Dylan Florio, River Ryan for Matt Beatty, Nick Frasso for Mitch White. Some of these deals were a little bit bigger, but you get the idea. So it's really impressive that the Dodgers have this next wave coming, and it's a tribute to their development, as well as their drafting in certain cases, that they've been able to make these guys into prospects. All, I believe, are in their top 30. So here we come with the deadline approaching.
So there you have it. Player development, drafting. The Dodgers are stacked in that area. Hopefully they're paying those guys well because we don't want to lose them. When I had a chance to meet Andrew Friedman at spring training, I thanked him for the flow of players that come up and make our job fun and easy and enjoyable. So that was kind of cool, but they're doing a great job. They've got a lot of coaches out there. When you go to spring training, there's a ton of them out there. And then you go even to Rancho games. There's a coaching staff that's on the roster, but then there's others. They're all out there. So it's really cool to see what they're doing out there and the decisions they make with, regarding the players and how hard they're, not how hard they're going to play. That's the wrong word. But they're not always trying to win. They're trying to improve the players. So, and you even see that. I'm going to say, the game yesterday with against the Rockies, where they lost. And so this was recorded on Thursday the 29th. And the Dodgers lost that game to the Rockies. But, it's one game out of 162. For us fans are all important. But they kind of said, we're not going to sacrifice the season to win one game. And it sucks as a fan, especially if you're paying to go. But that's what's got to be done. And that's how you hopefully are ready for October. But we'll see. This is really exciting to watch for me to go. And again, Ken sums it up really well, things a lot of us have been saying. But just shows that we've been, I think on this pretty well. As a collective, the prospect huggers, all the prospect sites for the Dodgers. So shout out to all of them. I think they're all great. More Kenny Rosenthal right now.
And you might say, okay, well, this gives the Dodgers some prospect power, and it does. And it also gives them depth for the future when they are building their own rotation. Hey, Urias is a free agent at the end of the year. Don't know if they'll re-sign him. Kershaw eventually will retire, hopefully.
So having just seen Julio pitch at Rancho and had a chance to interview him, I just think that guy should be a Dodger for life. And then he talks about Kershaw, and we know about Kersh, and I just hope he gets another World Series, gets his 3,000th strikeout, all with the Dodgers, and then retires. Hopefully that's this season. I don't mind it. But we don't want to see Kersh go. We want to see Urias go. But they're building for the future also. So a lot of things happening right now. But they're all, they have to look at the now and in the future. Some teams don't do that. They look at the now, and they end up getting swept by the Pirates when they're really struggling. Just saying.
Later rather than sooner, but they're going to need pitching as we go along, like all teams need pitching. And what's interesting about the Dodgers also, when we talk about the deadline, they've traded prospects at the deadline before, traded pitching prospects. Now, they've made a number of deals at the deadline in recent years, some better than others, some have worked out, some have been just okay. But in those deals, they've traded a bunch of guys, and you can see some of the names here. And the guys I've highlighted, Montas, Kramer, and...
Well, let's stop on this for a second. It's important to look at the balance that's out there. And I think the Dodgers do a pretty decent job of going, hey, it's time to make a run. And, 2016, they gave up some guys that I liked all those pitchers. And regretfully, we got Reddick, but most importantly, we got Rich Hill, who in the postseason performed quite well in 16, 17, and 18. The guy's a legend. I want him back personally. Let him get here and get a ring. The Darvish trade was a nothing burger. Dean Kramer, that was the guy. But they wanted Lux, they wanted Dustin May, and all that type of stuff. So I think that worked out well for both teams. I'm not a huge Machado fan, but the guy did help us get to the 2018 World Series. We didn't win it, but they got there, and Manny was a big part of that. And then Josiah Gray, I'm a big believer in him. I tweeted out quite a few years ago that Josiah Gray would have a better career than Dustin May. I stand by that. Keith Ruiz, love that guy. But look, they took a really good shot there. They got Max Scherzer and Trey Turner. It didn't work out, but it is what it is. 2022, they gave up on Clayton Beeter. All of a sudden, he's turned good again. Joey Gallo, that just didn't work out. And it's a bummer because he didn't even get an at-bat in the postseason. But some other guys who were terrible during that time did. So might as well have a terrible guy hit that, that at least could maybe hit the ball out of the ballpark versus old guys out there that barely could hit the ball, 80 miles an hour off the bat. So, end rant. Back to Kenny.
Josiah Gray. Those are really the only players they've lost that have kind of haunted them. And I wouldn't even say they've haunted them. Montas went in a deal for Josh Reddick and Rich Hill. Actually, Grant Holmes was the principal attraction in that deal for Oakland. He never really worked out. The Yu Darvish trade, well, Willie Calhoun's doing okay for the Yankees now. A.J. Alexy was the pitcher in that deal. He never really did anything. Dean Kramer is doing well for the Orioles. Power to kind of do what they want once the deadline hits. Now, prospect power are not afraid to trade prospects at the deadline. Is a pretty good prospect for the Yankees. So the point is, the Dodgers are not afraid to trade prospects at the deadline, and they've got this prospect power to kind of do what they want once the deadline hits. Now, we're going to talk a little bit later about starting pitching at the deadline and whether you can get it.
All right, so that's kind of what we're going to show tonight. But, they, like you talked about, they have the power to go do these things. They haven't sold their soul. And part of the soul of that is the farm system. So it's good to see that they're willing to try to balance it. They're not going to, you can go all in, but how many times do teams go all in and win it and then regret it? And it's a philosophy. I know some of you are going to go, well, that's stupid. Go all in, get that World Series. That's fine. That's a fine opinion. Nothing wrong with that. I just don't agree. I think you win with a good balance. In fact, it was great in 2020. They had, half their roster that won the World Series was homegrown. Can't beat that. I prefer that versus the I got one or two guys, and these are all guys that are new and we didn't grow with them. I like having a mixture. Keep those guys. Watch guys grow. I really wish we could have kept Corey Seager. I really wish we could have even kept Cody. More Seager than anything. That's why I want to keep you curious. You keep that balance, keep that culture. And then they also bring in more cultural guys like, Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. Those are quality human beings and quality ball players. That's what you need. So, shout out to Ken Rosenthal and his Fair Territory podcast. I'll link to it in the description, and maybe you'll give that a listen to. Put it on your subscribe list. For us also, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all those wonderful things that we beg of you to do. Or as someone said on a different podcast, defile the like button. So kind of like that. We'll start using that. All right. We will talk to you all later. Thank you from Dodgers 2080.